Hey there guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Golden Sun: The Lost Age. So, it is high time that we get started on a lighthouse. This is Golden Sun after all, it's all about the lighthouses, baby. So this is Jupiter Lighthouse. As you can see, it's rather purple. There was the door in our way back there, so we were actually unable to go through. So instead we have to come around the side of the lighthouse here, and we have this little cyclone pad. And actually I'm going to set that to hover. I'm going to set my right trigger to hover, because we will be using that a substantial bit in the Jupiter Lighthouse. We'll be using Cyclone a lot too, but not as much as hover, I don't think. Actually, they're probably about evensies. I do like keeping move on the left trigger though, so I think I'm going to do that. Otherwise, I'll just be all sorts of confused. So if we come down here, we actually have a Cyclone patch that we can use. There's really nothing else down here except an item. Also, really, we didn't take out the mummy? I thought we did it. I thought we did enough damage to him. I guess not. Now we did though. And it looked like, was that Sheba who leveled up there? I think so. So if we Cyclone right here, we've been fighting mad plants throughout the game, and here is no obsession. Here is no obsession. Here is no exception, of course. We will be fighting another one here, and this is going to drop another one of those 10 in the game only items. I think this one might be a mint. It's a mint or a cookie. One of the two. Regardless, he's dead. And we got a mint. It is a mint. Okay. So who received it? Jenna, you can use that. Who has the lowest agility of all of us? Oh my god, Piers. Did I equip those turtle boots on you accidentally? I did. I did equip those turtle boots on you. Wait, you didn't have any boots. So they just... Well, darn. He still has the lowest agility regardless, I think. 129, yeah. However, if I'm going to have those equipped on him, using the mint would be kind of fruitless. I think I still want Jenna faster than Felix, so I'm just going to use the mint on Jenna. The faster your healer is able to heal you, it's generally better. There are some times that you wish to have her heal like midway through a turn, but that's dependent on the boss's agility too, and there's just a lot of factors that can go into it. So I think having it on Jenna is probably going to be overall best. Also, I accidentally had Piers attack the wyvern on the right, or on the left instead. Oh, well, that'll work out. Hopefully Piers will kill it. Also, Sheba, are some of your Jinn off of set or something? Are they on standby? Because you should have more HP than that, I think. Well, actually, you know, that's probably more like almost 400 once you're fully healed. Let's just drop a couple heals here. Yeah, 321, that could be worse. Oh, I guess we do have one, however. And then we can put Core and Echo. And I can't put Salt on Felix yet. You might notice that that would finally get rid of our little help option in the bottom there. Because the Jinn will be overflowing off of the menu. There were only 7 of each Jinn type in Golden Sun 1, so that's how the menu was designed. However, there's more than that in Golden Sun 2. So, they had to expand the menu. Also, you might have noticed that the doors opened there briefly, just briefly, when we stepped on the switch. So we have to push this guy right on here, and now that'll be like that forever. So these doors will always be open, so we can come and go as we please through the Jupiter Lighthouse without hassle now. Before it would have been a bit of a hassle. So foul mummies, if you would just like to die, because no one loves you. Okay, there's one. Hopefully Piers kills this other one. Last time it didn't work out. Okay, no. Last time it was actually a wyvern though, wasn't it? Not a mummy? No, regardless. Whatever it is, they're dead now. Okay, so here we have a puzzle, obviously. This is the best way to do it. This is the fastest way. However, there's also an item in this room, and you definitely want to get the item. It's right over here to the right, so we just have to roll this log here. It's really easy, because we have to... It's just one more roll. You have to do every other roll to make it through regardless. And you get yourself a sweet piece of armor. It raises your attack and evade, I think, in addition to your defense. Who got it? Jenna? Who does the most attacking? Probably Felix. So I'll trade it for the antidote. And then what was it that Felix was wearing? The phantasmal mail? No, that's not better than what Piers has. I was kind of expecting it to be, but that's okay. We can sell that later. So we're using Cyclone a lot right now. I promise the hover is coming. I know we've only used it once, but it is coming. So let's see here. Okay, perfect. So we want to come up here first and move this pillar, because that's going to create a shortcut for us later. You might remember the growth pillars, or the growth vines that we were able to swing across. We can swing across those chains that are there as well. So you got yourself a glimpse of the outside of Jupiter Lighthouse there for a second. On some of like the, I don't know, what would you call those, parapets? No. I don't know. Bridges, I guess, kind of, on the outside of the castle. It's a really cool view. However, we're going to get a better view up here pretty soon, so we'll stop and admire it then. Okay, so we're leveling up right and left here, so we're getting so much experience from these guys. Where is this taking us? Is this... Oh, this is this room. Okay. This is actually super good. I am kind of forgetting my way through Jupiter Lighthouse. It's a really big lighthouse, and it's really easy to get lost as you traverse throughout. So you kind of... There's a lot of really easy to identify rooms, however. So just look for the key rooms, and you'll be able to figure out where you are pretty easily. For instance, right now we're almost actually to the top of the lighthouse, of all places. However, before we do that, this room as well, this is like the other item in the dungeon that you really don't want to miss. A lot of the chests in this lighthouse are not very good. Some of them will just have coins or vials or what have you. However, that first one, the Erinny's Tunic, or however you say that, and then this one, which you'll see what it is here in a minute. These are the two that you definitely want to get. I can't think of any other ones that are super important, but if we run by them, hopefully I remember they're important and I get them anyway. So this here is the meditation staff, or meditation rod. Sorry, my mistake. Who needs that most? I attack... Ooh, that's actually a good point. Do I attack more with Sheba or Jenna? Ooh, well, Sheba, I probably attacked with them equally, and Sheba's attack is lower, so it's probably going to be best for her. I realize we just unequipped the Thanatos Mace, which is super sad, because we no longer get those really rare one-hit KOs, but that's okay, we'll survive anyway. So we are almost here now. See that red thing there? That's like our end game goal. That is the entire reason we are up on this part of the lighthouse right now, to get that red key. However, we have some stuff that we need to do first. Mainly, you see this? This is also super important. I guess this is the other reason we're up here, is this room. However, we're headed up to the Eyrie right now, and I really like this idea that you have to pass through the Eyrie to actually solve the lighthouse. You might notice the Eyrie is currently capped off, so we can't just throw the star in right now, unfortunately. But that is all in good time. We will be doing that eventually. Coming right down here. We're now on the other side, and we're actually able to get down here this time. Show the power of Anemos? Well, we just so happen to have that power thanks to Moapa and his people in Shaman Village. Using hover on this here platform basically powers up the whole lighthouse, essentially. So now all these little platforms that were unavailable prior are now all powered and ready for times. So, for instance, right here, all these were on the ground beforehand. However, we're going to push this one up because we need to get back across there to the left. Actually, do we? It might be faster just to use retreat. Actually, I think it will be faster just to use retreat. So we're going to do that, because we have the red key now. That's pretty much the only other thing we needed up here on this side of the tower. How I like to think about the tower is you're either on the middle section, you're either on the left section of the middle, or the right section of the middle. And then there's a left tower and a right tower that you can be on. And that's kind of how you have to figure out where you are relative to everything else. It's kind of hard to keep track of what floor you're on, because you're going through so many stairs and doing crazy things with these types of rooms, and with hover, and with cyclone, and there's just all sorts of stuff going on. But we have to do this puzzle one more time, because we passed by a cyclone activator, a cyclone pad, earlier, whatever you want to call it, and it wouldn't have taken us anywhere that would have been useful earlier. However, now that we have the red key, you actually, if you were astute, you would have seen the red key door. I kind of failed to mention it in hindsight. However, you will see it here just shortly. So it should be right up here, and then the cyclone pad should be in here on our left. Yes, perfect, okay. So right here, we passed by this to run outside earlier. However, this time we actually want to take it and ride it straight up. Because there's no other way to get to this side by the red door here, which, funnily enough, the red key opens. I know, right? It's crazy, right? But there we go. Now we can get through and instantly run into some monsters, because that's just perfect. Okay. Ghost Army, they actually give a lot of experience, but they're kind of hard to kill. It might take all my attacks to take it down. Oh, wow. That was actually way easier than I remember it being. I'm okay with that. Also, that was Nirvana. We haven't seen that one before, considering we just equipped the meditation rod. But that's super good. So, this here is our outside view. It's just clouds, however, it's a super cool, like, ambiance of, like, the blue of the ground and the purple of everything else. It feels really epic. Also, that whirlwind will take you all the way back to the beginning of the bridge. So don't accidentally run into it. You're gonna have a bad time if you do. So this guy over here is just a mimic. I don't remember what he drops when you kill him, but it is probably not worth it if I had to guess. Maybe we'll fight him later. Don't hold me to that, because there's pretty much no way we're gonna fight him. Because once we get the blue key, we are out of here. So, this room, for example, this room is actually one treasure is worth it. I think this treasure we're close to right here is just coins. I want to say the treasure over here to the top left is a mist potion, which might be worth it if you don't want to use Jenna as a healer, and or Jenna doesn't have healing aura for whatever reason. Whether she's not high enough level or you haven't gotten all the Djinn, then it might be worth getting the mist potion. However, where we are right now, with Jenna knowing all the healing synergies that we need, there's really no need for us to get that. So hover right across the platforms there. The dark blue ones will drop you through them the moment you stand on them. The light blue ones just crack. So without hover, oh, that was bad. That was really bad. I didn't mean to do that. Oops. Okay. That's not the end of the world, though, because it's actually super easy just to get right back to it. Oh, except my mistake. Yeah. Okay, I forgot that's that pillar over there to the left. Automatically moved back. So we have to do that whole room from the start again. Okay, this time with less fail, okay? Perfect. For some reason, I thought that pillar was going to stay on that button forever. I should have known better. Okay. Yeah, these switches, or these, like, things, kind of automatically suck you to the center of the next platform. So what happened is I tried to go up a platform, however, I started pressing right too soon, and ended up going right a platform, and that dropped me into the pit. So just kind of take your time when you're on those platforms, because their controls are a little odd. Also, have we seen Shine Plasma? Basically, instead of just some small, like a small little thing of plasma, you get all these really big lightning strikes. It's pretty cool looking. Plasma's one of the cooler ones, in my opinion. I doubt we'll level high enough to get it. However, there is also, so that was Shine Plasma. There's also Spark Plasma, which is the highest level one, and possibly the coolest synergy in the game, in my opinion. It looks super awesome. It's just these giant lightning strikes raining down from heaven. So Cupid here shot that angel in the butt, and now that angel is floating, and with it taking the lid right off of the Jupiter Lighthouse area. So that's one of them. We do have to still... the door closed back on us there, which is why we had to fall down here. We do still have to go up another tower on the right-hand side. You might have noticed there was another fairy over there. We have to shoot her with our arrows of love as well. However, before we do that, we have to unlock that half of the tower. And just like we unlocked the left-hand side of the tower with the red key, there is another key that we need for the right-hand side, which happens to be right here. We got the blue key, so with that, we can probably just retreat again. Retreat is such a useful synergy. It's like, oh, you got the thing at the end of the dungeon and there's no quick path back? Let's just automatically teleport you back to the beginning of the dungeon, so you can just, like, branch off from there. So now we have the left half of the middle tower done, which was getting the red key. And then we have the entire left tower done, which was shooting the arrow and getting the blue key. And now we're starting off on the left over here again. However, that's not completely, like, that's not going to be the case for very long here. Because we're going to cut over to the right-hand side right here. So we have these platforms. However, if you try to jump across them, you're going to run into this little stymie. So let's just move that over, and so we can actually jump across all the way. Perfect. So now we are on the right-hand side. And we can jump right across here. This is kind of cool as well, how like the lighthouse is starting to kind of crumble and fall apart in some areas. The entire reason we had to do that was just to get onto this little ledge here, so we could push off this and actually create this little hover platform. Because the hover energy is not, the synergy is not reaching this little hover thing. So now we can hover and we can go over here, which we couldn't reach beforehand. And you might think we want to go up there in the cyclone. No, we don't. Instead, we're going to hover over here straight into the beam of electricity, or synergy, not electricity, of all places. And it's going to teleport us up all sorts of levels. Like, we just went up pretty much the entire lighthouse. We're not all the way at the area, but we're close. And that is what takes us to the blue door. Nope, Piers has that one too. Alright. So, hello, Devil Scorpion. You're just gonna fall over dead from all my attacks, so I don't even know why you... Yeah, it only took 2. Why even bother attacking me? It's not like it makes you cool. So now we're falling down here. We have this little lightning rod. This one's slightly different. We're not, like, creating a path so much, because there's no energy here already. I love how Felix is confused and gets down and, like, looks at it like, normally when I do this, something happens. Why isn't anything happening? And then lightning strikes from the heavens and drops it right on him. And he's like, whoa! Now I know what was happening. So, I think it's going to be fastest... Yeah, probably just to come right down here. Drop Cyclone. Perfect. I think. I hope this is the way I want to go now. I'm trying to think of what the best way... Yeah, no, definitely. We want to do the exact same thing over again. Because we want to get back to where we jumped off and slid down to push that lightning rod into position. Because now there's going to be a hover platform up there. Sorry, I had like a minor brain injury there for a second. Not brain injury, that's what I'm trying to say. I forgot. Moral of the story. So if you use hover right on here, shoots out a nice convenient little whirlwind, which is exactly what we want this time, which we didn't want last time. Because that's actually what carries us across the gap and gets us over here to the right tower. Nirvana again, such a nice unleash. Like, it doesn't even look that painful, but it does a lot of damage. Also, I think no, I guess it's because Felix's unleash from his weapon is also Jupiter powered. Oh, this room. This room trolled me so hard when I was younger. Okay, so it looks pretty simple. We just want to push these things into position and then we can move on. However, there is a Djinni in this room. And for the longest time, for whatever reason, I could not figure out how to get this Djinni. And it's mainly just because I'm unobservant. However, you'll see here shortly. So let's just use move on this to save a little time. If that saves any time at all, I honestly don't know. And that activates this, so we can get up here, move this one off, and then we can put it into position, and we can actually, like, activate the hover thing that we're standing on, and we can move to the end. However, we cannot, no matter how close we get to the edge, we cannot get over here and get to the Djinni. And I couldn't figure out how to do it for forever. It's as simple as me not noticing this little pound thing here. Because all we have to do is use pound, just like that. It takes those right out of the floor, and we can move them back into position the way we want them. Now that we couldn't do it earlier because this was still up on the top shelf, so we could not get it off, and we were unable to power this hover thing over here no matter what. So it's kind of slow. However, we're getting a Djinni out of the deal, so I can't really complain too much. Let's move this guy into position as well. Felix, if there's one thing I have a problem with you and with Link, it's the speed at which you push things. Yes, I realize they are heavy. However, just for the sake of everybody who plays your video game, if you wanted to speed it up a little bit, I wouldn't complain. Okay, so I'm actually going to save right here, because I will be very, very sad if this Djinn decides to run away from battle and we have to redo that whole hover section again. That would be a really bad time. Okay. Oh, and we got the first strike, so it probably won't be too much of a problem. Actually, you know what? Let's use Serpent Fume instead of Cannon. Just because we can. And Diamond Bird's actually probably going to do more damage than anything. So we probably won't kill it this side. Serpent Fume, basically like a faster, larger fume. 299 though for Echo alone? That's a good amount of damage. Okay, let's hope that we can get this out beforehand. Also, actually, we could use Petra to stop him from running away altogether. That would be a good idea. If I was smart, I would do that. Okay, so now we're going to eat his turn with Petra. And he can't run away, and now we get him. Okay, sweet. I should have remembered that. Petra is actually super convenient to use on Djinn, who decide to run away. Now that we have it, at least. Okay, so now we have lost the little help menu. There was a bar there beforehand. It is now gone. Also, I should have just used the set all function that we had. And if we just move the things back into position one more time, we can actually move on here in the left-hand tower. Pound this straight away. Beautimous. Okay, so this isn't going to be too hard to move them back into position. So it's going to be less about move this time. Oh, except if I do move in the wrong direction. Okay, here we go. It's just going to take a couple short seconds to do this. Power that one right over there. Push this straight back up where it used to be. And we will be good to go. Beautimous. And we got a Djinn out of the deal. So now we have, what, 8 Venus Djinn? We already had 8 Venus Djinn. However, now we have 7 Jupiter Djinn as well. So this is kind of an interesting room in that you have to manipulate this little block. However, not just for the sake of powering some hover platforms, but also we have to push the block here so we can use it to jump across so we can get down and move some blocks, which I think is pretty funny. Alright, so what's going to be the best way to do this room? Okay, I think I see the best path here, which is going to involve pushing this straight down. And then this one can go all the way up. We're trying to make a path from the top right of the room to the bottom left of the room. I don't think that the item here is actually worth getting. Don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think so. I'm trying to think of what else it could be. Maybe? Oh, is this the weapon? This might be the weapon. Okay, we're gonna get it. This might be another weapon. And if it is, it is worth getting. So we're gonna take a risk, a large time investment. Hopefully it will pay off. Because it just occurred to me that there's one more weapon in here that we need to get. Or that we should get it, at least. We don't need to get it. We have pretty good weapons already all around. But it'll be okay. So we're going to push this here. And then this won't take too long to reset now that we have all these blocks out here in the middle. This is kind of a weird way of going about this. However, I think this is going to be like the most efficient way to get that treasure chest over there. Okay, so now we can go repower all these little hover blocks with the block that we jumped across. And then hopefully we're going to get a cool item out of the deal. If not, we'll probably get like a Water of Life, or coins, or maybe an elixir, just to troll us even harder. We'll see. Fall into position. I'm so curious. Please teach me a thing about what I'm about to receive. Jump right across here. Open the chest. No, it's a Water of Life. Oh, that's depressing. Okay, so next time on Let's Play Golden Sun: The Lost Age, we will put these blocks back into the position that we need to proceed, and we might actually finish Jupiter Lighthouse depending on how long the episode is. So until then, thank you guys so very much for watching this, and I hope you're having a fantastic day.